Good evening. Um, I wanted to make a comment or have a conversation about something. Not that I'm thinking, not that I'm listening, but the topic will be appearance. Now, the reason I want to have the conversation about appearance because it is a human right. No, seriously, it is a human right. And so when we begin to talk about appearance, I know readily for a lot of women and a lot of men who are out there, and we're wanting to be attractive, we want to be beautiful, and all that other kind of thing. Early on, it was that conversation of thought, and don't get me misunderstood. I got a little thicker. um, I can blame it on here. It is a can of sodas too. But what it was is that the thought about appearance. Now, don't get me misunderstood. My thought at the time, I just started laughing, 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 laughing. And I just said, well, you know what? There really are a lot of people who take that opportunity to kind of just change themselves. Me too. I like putting on hair. I like putting on makeup. I like getting dressed up. All kinds of stuff. You know, it's like almost like they little cartoon character, and you could put all the different clothing. Matter of fact, you could change a superhero's outfit and things like that. Matter of fact, when you play in a video game, you could change, here it is, who your player is. I understand. But it was like the thought was, well, here it is, you could get this person and this person, and a flat belly, here it is, exercise. And don't get me misunderstood. I had met this gentleman, and he was like, oh, well, yes, the black people, they need to eat healthy. So I actually had made comments early on about, yeah, we like to exercise. Yeah, we encourage people to exercise, the average or the minimum requirement or suggestion from, here it is, the health organization. So I was like, yeah, I do agree with you about eating fruits and veggies and all that other kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, yes, yoga, because it's not an intense, however, it can be, um, all the stretching and everything. It can, help you with your flexibility. Appearance. So I was like, okay, well, I could do sit ups, I could jog, I could do this and do that. And then I'm like, well, you know what? We see a lot of people who are with different people. I mean, people who are odd couples, and they're together. Matter of fact, we could have spent more time with somebody loving me. And that's the kind of like initially my thought, that if somebody was sitting there saying, well, Irene, well, we want to be with you, then you would have, we would have been together like that. If you think that you could have been the right person to help change the way I may think about my eating habits or me exercising and stuff like that, and you like everything else about me, then there would have been no reason that you would have had me out there just saying, okay, well, we're just going to make you do it all by yourself. Let's see it. Let's see it. Like, hold on. I'm a civilian. I'm not trying to be trained in no military base. I mean, I did apply, but no. I mean, here it is. I'm neighborly and domestic. Here it is in the different places I go. Meaning that I'm just a regular person that has special thoughts and qualities about, here it is, myself and the world. So anyway, appearance. And so I was just like, what? But then the appearance went to something else. It started going into, we start seeing people changing their skin. I don't care if it's even somebody who's tanning their skin. Well, so be it. I'm like, I don't give a flying flip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people really do pay good money for all kinds of plastic surgery, whether it's their nose. We first got our first understanding about plastic surgery when people were doing noses. We saw people doing eyelids. We saw people plumping their lips. Then we ended up seeing the booty. We saw liposuction. I mean, we saw a whole lot of different stuff. Matter of fact, we even watched the movie Nip Tuck. But what does this have to do with me? That's kind of like how I was thinking about it, right? Because it's a human right. Lord have mercy. Then we start going about clothing and all the other kind of things and wearing tight clothing or being fit, looking nice. Don't get me misunderstood. There are people who look beautiful in their outfits because they look fit and it looks good on them. But then I'm like, honey, we got some big sisters, honey, and we will let you know. They look good in their stuff. The hair look good. They wearing good. They're looking good in their clothing. All kinds of stuff. CHiC. It is a human rights situation when somebody starts telling you about your appearance. Whew, girl, I mean, man, I mean, whatever you want. So, what it was is that I began to just kind of looking at it. I said, well, now appearance could come from someplace else. Let's get back to the clothing. So I'm like, well, you have people who are in uniforms, people who wear the same thing every day. Maybe, they get up in the morning, they take a walk. I mean, if we were looking at people and saying, okay, but listen, they had on the same clothing 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And I mean, I understand, don't get me misunderstood. Now we're talking about people who may I ain't gonna fib to you, my lady, or older people or younger people. Some people will say, well, listen, I don't bathe every day. And it's just the truth. Matter of fact, you get some people who just be like, you know what, I met this person and I said, dude, you gotta brush your teeth. And he just made this comment, and his comment was like, well, the plaque is there to protect my teeth. And it was just things that make you go, like, huh? You get people who want you to do baking soda, who use toothpaste. Then when you start thinking about it, if you use baking soda or you use toothpaste every day, then you start thinking about your enamel. But then culturally, it would start looking like when I start meeting people, there was a lot of snaggletooth people. I became one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. But you have some people who are in the culture movement where they just don't take care of their teeth. But your teeth also has something to do with your health. But going back to here to this comment, I was like, wow, you mean to tell me you don't, I mean, just think about it. I'm not saying that, that's something that we should consider. But if you're brushing your teeth every day, I don't know, I may not be in agreement with all the plaque and everything, but it was just like, well, why do you think we need to brush our teeth every day? I'm not saying that we should not brush our teeth every day. Maybe when we start looking at oral hygiene, maybe we should think about what we're consuming. Or, I mean, if we're thinking about sweet mouth, I mean, maybe once a day. Or, at the time it was like 2-3 times a day. But I was just like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know if it has, and I'm sure we have people who are in the dentistry world that could let us know if we, should consider that. I know that for a moment there was, that big conversation about women using dishes. I mean, I know there's two different mouths, but they were really at a conversation to discourage women from dishing every day or dishing at all, because they said our bodies naturally cleanses itself. So you found women who were dishing like after their menstrual cycle. I know it's two different mouths, but I'm just saying. Yes, honey, we also went into here it is, the teeth whitening. Anyway, so if you're wearing your clothing, going back to the clothing, you're wearing your clothing and you wear the same jacket every day. You may be like, okay, this is my morning or my early morning pants that I wear. I was just like, okay, now you got people who want to talk about clothing. Good clothing costs money. Matter of fact, you could probably get lucky and say, okay, go to Goodwill, go to, here it is, a clothing drive or something where they want to give their clothes away, something like that. But when you start thinking about it, it's like, and for me, it'd be like, well, where are we going? I mean, for real. It's not that, listen, it takes a work for people to put on makeup and put on good clothing. It's a work to exercise. So I'm like, people who are fashionistas, that's a good thing, But it is a practice. It really is a practice to say, I'm going to catch the bus and I want to throw on my wig. I want to throw on, put on, here it is, some nice tight jeans and a nice blouse. It's simple. If you haven't, put it on. Walk down the street, go jump in the car. I mean, whatever, ride the train. But for me, I find myself very, to say, well, if I'm just going to the store, I'm just walking to the store. I didn't find myself at that practice. So I don't really get as dressed up as I would like to. I'm not saying that I don't want to, but if I was going to an office meeting or going to the office or I'm going to, just to, it'd be like, oh, okay, well, where are we going? I've gone to meetings where, I try to be suitable. Don't get me misunderstood. And I've gone to other meetings where, yes, I just wore casual clothing. It was just, it who I'm talking to? No, not like that. No, seriously. Appearance. So then I'm like, okay, when we start talking about appearance, right? Now it has something to do with appearing. Then I said, well, is this appearance having something to do with participation? Now I told you that I will get back to, here it is, that conversation about volunteering. Okay? Yes, I'll put out something for volunteering, but this one is appearance. So if you're showing up and you're appearing, now we could go and break it down, the app and the peer, the ear, the app ear, and all that kind of stuff. But we're not doing that. We're just talking about now CHiC. That it is when somebody starts talking to you about your appearance. Now, could it be? Hold on, let me catch myself, because I'm like, whoo, because I want to tell it like a T.I. is. Now you're going someplace and then yet here it is, you're saying, hello. You done showed up and showed out. Appearance. Well, what would be the problem? You showed up. You're there. You're wanting to participate. Could it be that appearance? Then I was like, okay, well, one moment, appearance. Are you talking about my features? Appearance. Are you saying something about my nose, my eyes, my mouth, my teeth, my ears, my bosoms, my buttocks, my stomach, you know what I'm saying? My legs, my feet, my hands. Appearance. When you say appearance, what do you mean? Because you know what? As I was explaining to somebody, I said, honey, I've been in that swimming pool, but honey, we were talking about all kind of features. When we be like, well, here it is, this one look like this one, and this one look like this one. I said, Lord, have mercy. And then yet all that stuff, I'm like, wow, CHiC. CHiC. Yeah. Oh, but here it is, your eyes are colored, or here it is, oh, honey, you went through all this with the skin colors and all that kind of stuff, the hair. You will hear some music videos and be talking about her hair is natural. I said, well, my hair is natural too. Oh boy, let's get to the appearance. Your hair. Matter of fact, around and around. I'm like, honey, I ain't gonna fib to you, honey. Hair done went 3 ways. HARE, that bunny, that rabbit. You know what I'm saying? HEIR, Herocracy. And HAIR, the hair. And I said, well, you're hearing all these music videos and everything. I'm like, I got natural hair. What do you mean by that? Appearance. I'm like, well, one moment, I'm like, well, I think my hair type is an E9. They would explain to us about, here it is, our curly hair being part of the what is it, the Ethernight. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's it. Let me see. If it's not correct, here it is. I will correct it later on. The ether. And so that's height. So when you start looking at the numerical factors, you have 0 through 9, and 9 being the highest number before you go to double digits. But either way it goes, 9 is the highest number. So I'm like, well, I got curly hair. What that mean? So anyway, that thought about, here it is, our hair. Yes, I'm like, whew, we got different shades and colors and all kinds of stuff. She said shades, yeah, or colors. and textures. I think that's what it is. Appearance. So then somebody is like, okay, well, one moment, chick. Now we're looking at company. Now, don't have me secluded because you wouldn't sit there and be like, okay, well, this company, that company, this company, that company, or here it is, the people. Now, early on, when I had met some public relations people, they were explaining to me or explaining to here there's a crowd of people about being able to rule people out or to know who is on your social media and things of that nature. Now, for me, I didn't rule anybody out of being on social media. I just asked people if they knew Irene Ratliff, or were they looking at Street Meat Company, or were they Enterprises or Say Society. Because at that point, when we were having our conversation, then I would know where we're coming from. Meaning, I'm kind of like the conversation itself is kind of like there, right? So it wasn't that I didn't want to exclude them. Matter of fact, call me 678-334-3409. Email me, iratlift@gmail.com or streetmeatcompany.org. Okay? Matter of fact, you can hit me up on social media. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Okay? Appearance. So anyway, when they were explaining, well, maybe, sometimes you have to think about your circle or circle of company, circle of people who you're around and all the other kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm around different people, and I mean it. I mean, I'll be on the bus, I'll be on the train, I'll be, talking to my community, all kinds of stuff. Now, intimately speaking, I don't have anybody who's around me like I may want to. I would like that. Hello, how you doing? I'm not just trying to be out in the community and not have a conversation with somebody. You know what? I've also become aware that maybe some things we have to listen to one another to find out, hey, where's our area with one another? And that's the reason why I have those meetings. No, seriously. I have those meetings there like that or I propose in those meetings like that so that we can have just to have conversation where we want to talk about a multitude of things. But then when we start doing so much of that talking, my thing is we got to eat. I don't care what relationship it is. You be like, whether it's mama, daddy, sister, brother, here it is a friend, yourself personally, your thing and your thought would be that you want money. Matter of fact, I would have encouraged people to, when you're working in a nonprofit organization, to have funds, to have money, have a job. I was explaining that to some people that I met. It's like, well, you know what? I think that once we're pursuing, here there's our goals and stuff, no different than a business, because what happens is that the bank want to see it. And when we start talking about our finances, the bank want to look at it, right? Appearance. So I'm like, well, woman, I'm not really around that many people. Now, if you're talking about these people in my neighborhood and I'm saying hello and he's whatever they doing, I don't care what they doing. We want to talk about, yes, there's one thing talking about being policed. There's another thing, policed. There's another thing to talk about security. There's another thing to talk about safety. So now when you start talking about just, let's say, the community or, places that you go, and you show up, appearance, no, you don't want no problems. That should be real. You understand where I'm coming from? Appearance. Now, if you like, well, Irene, but were you going to your meeting? I told you we need membership. Yeah, I want to go to those different places. If they ain't trying to ask me for no extra money. No. Boy, I ain't gonna film to you. This is being a little bit too much like I need to. Yes, I have. I'm like, don't get me misunderstood. I'm upset. The reason why is because I know that I've been in many places and I wanted to talk to many people in regards to the work that I'm doing. I mean, literally. And it would be really nice to have that staff or staffs. No, seriously. There's a lot of things to do. It wouldn't be ever a dull moment. Oh, yes, it will. We'll just have fun. Appearance. Oh, well, here it is. That young lady, she was just out there. And she was just... Matter of fact, let me tell you what I did. It's late. But I'm like, I ain't gonna feel you. I'm like, ooh. Now, I could have gone to 7-Eleven in the morning. No, literally. But I went to 7-Eleven. Well, first of all, we received our donation. So I had submitted that. Thank you. I sent a thank you card because I was just really happy. Like, woo, yay. And I was just, it's late now. I got that earlier, but it's late now. And I was, I'm like, I want me ice. Well, really, it's not really coffee. It really tastes like milk. It's not really coffee. But I took the little thank you note. And it's light outside, even though it's nighttime. It has good lighting and everything. And so I went to the area and I just started speaking to the people who were waiting. And we was getting into a nice little dialogue. I was liking it and everything. So when I get to here it is the store, this gentleman, he says something to me, I don't know, but he started dancing. So I started dancing with him. Is that all the time? No. But do I think that I shouldn't have done it? No. No, but seriously. When you're participating, I mean, hey, can I I have a business card, I can share that with you. But what does it mean to somebody who may not be thinking about the things I was thinking of? Maybe they were just hanging out and they just wanted to have a good time. It's easy for people to want to just get involved in SDRR. Anyway, the point of appearance. Now, let me kind of reiterate what I said. Your body shape, your hair, your clothing, your features, your company. Now, me being a professional as I am, which I am, or me wanting to be, or me being a amateur, me being intermediate in my thoughts, CHiC all day. Appearance is a human right. Now, for SMC, one of the things that I do want to do is I want to kind of give some details, but it's from that perspective and thought that it needs to be inclusive, no different than color, because like I said, there's many colors in the crayon box, okay? And we know that a lot of these different colors or whatever, they mean something to when we make a flag or when we are doing our artwork or something like that. Why do you think somebody had chose to paint the tree green? The tree could have been yellow. The leaves. The leaves didn't have to be yellow. They could have been red. No, we really do have that have different colored tree leaves. So now I guess if we're getting that detailed about something, then it would be that thought. Matter of fact, why did they put fruit on the trees and didn't use flowers? Things that make you go hum. Appearance. It is a human right. If somebody starts telling you about, here it is, your features, your this, your that, your body type, here it is, oh boy. Whew, it was just too much. It really, really is. But I do want to write it a little bit more thorough where it's an understanding, so that if we're approached with it, that we just don't look at it as it just being a color thing, but that it has something to do with features, or it has something to do with this and to do with that. And then at that point it becomes a problem. Oh, well, here it is. We just want you for, here it is, your 10th of your color. Oh, yes. I'm saying CHiC all day, but I will send some information that is relative to, I will do a video on colorism all by itself. I will do a video also on racism all by itself. But I just wanted to say that for real, I guess we can kind of pick and choose our company. You think we can? Like I said, some people, they find themselves maybe in a, be like, for real, where do those people hang out? Where they be? Will they be very busy with their schedules, socializing within their circles? It doesn't necessarily mean that them outside of their work, that they're as busy as their job or their employment. You understand where I'm coming from? So now when we begin to look at certain things, it'd be like, for real, what kind of, the intimate side of it? Are they watching TV, or where do they go hang out? Where the movie theater they go to? It'd be like, oh, okay. Where do they go eat dinner? These are people that they want to say are famous people or something like that. What club they go to? Oh, is it cool? I mean, it ain't that $500, wine or anything, is it? Is it just, you think I can get some people to purchase my drinks for me? Appearance. So I understand for women and men who may have encountered that, where somebody wants to make them think that they're not beautiful, that they're not attractive, that they've been ostracized or excluded. And don't get me misunderstood. I was at this class, and this young lady, she says, well, you know what? People talk about my nose. I said, you have a beautiful nose. What do you mean they talk about your nose? So we have people who, that the all factor, that have comments on, their feelings about their appearance and how they look. Okay? But then, like, as I said before, appearance really can be more than just um, showing up and showing out. All right, people.